In August of 2007, Mel Fletcher traveled to the United States of America to conduct a seminar on the Church of 2020. During his stay, he took time to talk to Speak the Word Church teen leaders about their generation, the Millennials.
So we've heard the term Gen Y, but you call us Millennials. What's a Millennial?
Millennial is a unique term that denotes the fact that they're coming into their adult years and their real influence at the turn of a millennium, which is a pretty exciting time in history if you think about it.
You mentioned that some of the issues that millennials are facing today is that they've been sold a gospel of celebrity. Define that, and how can the millennials overcome that issue?
Once we celebrated people for great achievement, now celebrities are people who are being known for being well known. You're a celebrity, you don't have to achieve anything, you just got to get your pictures on the right magazines and hang out on the arm of the right person at the right parties. And so celebrity's being devalued. We don't celebrate achievement, we just celebrate notoriety or fame. And there's a whole industry today dedicated to turning millennials into celebrities. You know, we've got young people now who'll jump through all kinds of embarrassing hoops in the hope that someone can make them famous overnight. And the idea many Christians have is if I can just become really famous first, then I can have influence. But the trouble is, you know, when you become famous, you're owned by somebody. Some company, some industry will own you and then dictate what you can or can't say. And one of the keys to overcoming it is just to realize that most of the people in history that have really influenced the world for God haven't been all that famous in their own time. Their fame has come later. They've lived for something that lived on when they died.
Teens today, they see celebrities such as Beyonce, Nicole Richie, Paris Hilton. You mentioned Elvis Presley on your website. What do all of these celebrities have in common?
I think that all celebrities these days, a lot of them, the people you've mentioned anyway, do have talent. But talent is not what should define us. Romans 12 says that we should estimate ourselves based on the measure of our faith, not our talent, not how well known we are, but the faith that we have in God is meant to define who we are.
So how can we get this message across to these teens, these young people today? How do we get that message across that they can be who God created them to be?
Well, the last statement is the key, just to show them one-on-one that you are who you are. You're created by God for a great purpose, which has nothing to do necessarily with celebrity. I mean, if we're Christian, we can't be the slave to the man.
That's right. To
the company. Paul says, I'm a love slave of Christ. I'm a willing slave of Jesus Christ. I'll do whatever he tells me, and that's the key thing. So I think in general, we've got to get through to millennial young adults that, you are created by God for great things, but don't confuse achievement with notoriety and celebrity, because celebrity is often a very empty thing. And the people that are famous in heaven are not necessarily the people who are famous here.
As teen leaders, do you have any suggestions for us as leaders for the millennial generation?
Yeah, but that would take like 5 interviews and 5 days. But one of the big things, I think, is just to know the millennial generation, really know it. And I mean, now that requires, first of all, contact with kids. That's the best research, is just being in the world of kids. Listening to the music they listen to, knowing about the styles they know about, being aware of their world. I would say to millennials, that are watching us right now, listening to us, that you're part of a really exciting generation. It's big in size, it's big in its positive attitude, it's big in its attitude of we can change the future, and it's got the technological resources to do it. But I would say to millennials, that's not enough. The God factor's got to be there. You've got to have more than just understanding and knowledge, and you've got to have revelation and wisdom that comes from above. So love God with all your heart, all your mind, all your soul, all your strength, because God is the God who knows all about global warming and has the solutions. God is the God who knows all about the racial tensions and has the answers. God is a God who knows all about personal depression and has all the answers. We've just got to plug those into the generation.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure.